All right, hello, good evening. And my name is Augustine, and I must tell you, I'm here to give a very brief live broadcast, but I'm not really happy. The reason why I'm not happy is because the broadcast I was supposed to give, which I actually featured on the Crinkle Cash back office, I did not do the settings very well, and I was not able to do the broadcast. My broadcast was scheduled for 4 o'clock today, and I planned it such that after work, I was going to come in to do a broadcast. It's been a while since I did a broadcast, and I know that this particular broadcast would not feature on the Kringle Cash back office. But nevertheless, it will be good that I come in to make a broadcast. Who knows? Someone else could get to listen to the broadcast and would pick interest in it. But I believe that by Monday, I would also do another broadcast. There is no harm in doing it again. And this time it will be able to reach the TBC community at large. That's the truth. Okay, so I'll be as brief as I can. And welcome if you're coming on board to my broadcast. And I know that I haven't been regular. I've actually explained that I had a number of engagements that would not permit me all the time to do the broadcast as regular as I used to. But it's okay. I will go ahead to explain the purpose of my broadcast. Now, it's TBC generally, and we all agree that TBC has been growing and building very well. Now, before I continue, let me share my screen. All right. Now, let me quickly move into the Kringle Cash back office. Now, the Kringle Cash back office is what we're looking at now. And looking at it, you will see that our numbers were growing on a regular basis. And a number of people has been saying, well, we're not growing in numbers. We're not growing in numbers. That why are we slow in numbers? I will tell you that we're really growing in numbers. Now, for me to explain a little more in details that we're growing in numbers, please join me. Let's go to the Bitcoin contest. Now, the Bitcoin contest, this is the most recent one. Let me go into this leaderboard. Now, this Bitcoin contest started some time ago. Now, it started precisely on 4th of March. Yes, 4th of March. That was when it started. And when we went there, the total number of people that came in, the maximum was 13. And then when we look through very well, we'll find out that the total number of people that took part in it were 43 as it starts, as far back as then. Now, the next week, we engaged again. The total number of people that came in were 41. Now, the next week, we engaged, and the total number of people that took part in it were 67. Now, you see that the numbers have started increasing. Now, I'm actually addressing those people that are saying the number of people in the community are really slow, but they are not slow. Everything in life starts gradual, and over time, it will grow and become solid and exponential. I'm going to explain it. Let me continue. Now, after that, the next one that The total number of people that took part in it were about, I'm trying to get the total numbers, about 107. Now, the next time that came up, the total number of people that took part in it were 96. Now, we continue. Have I gone into this one? This is 48. Now, it became 48. This particular point was when admin decided to make it 8 grains of gold. Now, when it became 8 grains of gold, the numbers dropped. And that is the reason why we saw that they became 48. Notwithstanding, everyone now that makes effort is rewarded. So now let's start counting from here. The next time that it happened, we became 103, which means we increased in an exponential rate. The next one that now came in, we became 186. The next one that now came in, we became 182, not too far. The next one, which is the last one, we became 183. Now, we are in the 180 something range. After some time, now before we continue, let's quickly go into the present one. As at now, our total numbers is 147. Today is Friday. Now, between now and Sunday, we are going to get to 180 something, at least 186. That's very possible. Now, those are the numbers. Now, let's look into the increase. The most recent one, the total numbers were 61, 11, 10, 10. This was when they introduced the first, second, and third. And in the send button meeting, this person took first, this person took second, and these two shared the third position. Sorry, these two shared the third position. This person did not show up for the send button, so he missed the opportunity. But notwithstanding, his referrals still counted for him. Okay. Now, if we look at our numbers, you see how it increased. 61, 11, the gap was so much. This is 10, 10, 10, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6. Now, let's look at the previous one before that one. Now, this was 57, 17, 11. The gap is too much. Now, let's look at the recent one, the current one that we're running on. This is 21, 18. You see that the gap is not much anymore. Why is it so? Simple. Because admin introduced first, second, and third. Now, the first was such that there were no rewards for the second and the third, so they were not motivated to make any effort. But you see, he has placed first, second, and third, and so far his Fletcher has been topping for some time, which means he is very, very proactive. One, and two, he's a business person, though he's a young man. And I think his kind of person is the kind of people that should be encouraged within the TBC community. Now, this is from Ivory Coast. And then the third person is from Nigeria. For some time now, Nigeria has been leading it in numbers for the contest, which is a very applaudable one for Nigerians. Now, the bottom line I'm driving at is that the community is growing, and we are growing very well. Everything is happening accordingly. Now, let's go into this broadcast thing. In this broadcast, not this one particularly, is it that particular broadcast? I want to upload a video broadcast. No, not broadcast rewards. I think it's broadcast. I think it's broadcast. Let me have a look at this. No, it's not this. I want to upload a video. I want to upload a video for broadcast. Okay, testimonials. This is where I was talking about. Now, when this particular one started, it started very small. I remember back then, 2 years ago, when the admin was saying if you wanted your send buttons to be turned on, come and make a broadcast. Now it has become a normal system. When someone does a broadcast, he uploads it on the blog, on the Gringo Cash back office. Now look at the total number of broadcasts. to 24,322. Now you see that that is how a system begins. It starts very gradual, and over time it will continue and build. Now, another thing I also want to talk about in the TBC community is this. The TBC community has increased in reasonable numbers, and I think that's a good one. But you see, in the community, people are coming into the TBC community, and the total number of people that are in the community, the total number of informed people within the TBC community compared to those who are not informed is very, very large. So what am I driving at? It's a simple thing I'm driving at. Those that are in the TBC community are ignorant. And the three categories of people in the TBC community are: one, the full-timers. Those full-timers are those that when they go to their accounts, they will see that their, their accounts is changed from part-time to full-times. Those are the first set of people. And those first set of people make up the heavy hitters and those who are full-timers. Now, you can also say these full-timers, you can say these ones down here, they're also full-timers. These ones are also full-timers. But they are yet to understand the skill of building people into the community. It's a skill because it's a pure new system. And for you to convince someone to come into the community and pay 8 grains of gold, you must have some convincing power. Okay? Now, this is the first set. Now, who are the second set of people? The second set of people are those who educate the TBC community. Those who are able to teach people how to understand the system, build upon the system, and grow the system. Those that can mentor people, like in Kung Fu, there is a master. They call him the sensei or the sensei. Or if it's in Taekwondo, they call him Zabonim. Now, these are people who will teach you on how to master the arts. They may not necessarily still be fighters, but they may have been fighters over the past, and they have understood the arts on how to bring down the enemy. Now, this is a new system, and those who are going to make it at the long run on the system are those that are able to master the system and are able to impact the same values to some other people. And I tell you that those people in the TBC community are not much, they are very few. Now, the whole purpose of this broadcast is simple. I understand that so many of us within the TBC community are finding it difficult to watch videos. I know that so many of us within the TBC community are finding it difficult to build the TBC community because of data. Now, I want to make it easier for everyone. Everyone who is interested in growing the TBC community, everyone who is interested in making sure that he or she is able to learn something from the TBC community. I think if you are out there and you are in the TBC community, you don't know what is happening, but you want to understand, you want to know how to cash flow, you want to get yourself informed. This is the reason why I'm making this broadcast. You can also become a beneficiary of TBC, understand the system, learn how to do cash flow. The reason why I am not a full-timer is because of the nature of my job. I am so passionate about this system, but the nature of my job would not permit me to go about being a full-timer because I have to give myself unwrapped attention on my job and also attend to some other matters. It will not give me the time to be full-timers. Those who are full-timers are those that have enough time for themselves, which I am looking forward that sometime I will become a full-timer. But since I don't have that opportunity, I think it will be reasonable for me to train people who are interested. Now, what is the strategy that I want to employ in making sure that people are able to build and become part of the TBC community? It's simple. I am going to use a WhatsApp or a Telegram group. Now, it is through this Telegram group that I'm going to educate people within the TBC community. And how will I do it? If you are interested to be a member of the TBC, or you are already a member within the TBC community, but you have zero or little knowledge about TBC, then you will look down below. You will see my link. When you see my link, you go to my link and then you click on my link, or you can see my phone number. If you see my link and you click on it, then I would give you a call or I will send you an email so that you can become part of us within our Telegram group. Now, if you are not comfortable with that, then you can give me a personal call or a WhatsApp. You send a message to me on WhatsApp that you contacted me through a live chat or a live broadcast. And then you tell me that you want to be part of the team on how to build the TBC community. Simple, I add you up to the team, and then we start building the TBC community. That is how I will build us within the TBC community. And this offer is not limited to only Nigerians. And now, another thing I would also want to talk about is the cost implications, because most of us within the community are concerned about the cost. Now, what does it take to actually learn how to build? Within the community, I'm not charging so much. What I'm charging is as little as $1,000. $1,000 is for a class, and we have this class every weekend on Saturdays. We have the class for 1 hour, and then after that, in the group, you can ask as many questions as you want. Okay? Now, every week, we attend the class and then I put up informations that are necessary. Apart from information, I'm talking of video information, not information that you go to YouTube. It's information that has already been worked upon and downloaded and will be uploaded into the group so that you just watch it. You can download it on your smartphone and then you can watch it. Now, the video won't take so much, at least 20-30 minutes. And then after the video has been summarized or concluded, you can now begin to ask questions. Because it's a team, because it's a family, because it's a Telegram group, everyone would know each other and will have a personal relationship with each other. That is that simple. And it's going to begin. It has already begun a while ago. But as my manner is, I have to keep coming to this particular platform, which is um, the live chat, to make it public to everyone who is interested. I think the majority of us within the community should start getting themselves informed, because if we are not informed, we are just building a community. People do not listen to the blog. People do not grow. Then how are we going to break out from the current financial system? That will be very difficult. If you are going to break out of the financial system, current financial system, or work side by side the current financial system, we need to be very informed. And I think I'm out here to see if the community can grow in that area. Okay, I think I will stop here. One thing I want to just say before I will call it quits is this. Um, Hold on, please. I'll be there shortly. Okay. Yeah, this is it. If the blog is too much to read every day, I can offer you some light reading instead. This is something that the admin dropped. Now, sincerely speaking, most of the people in the TBC community, they see the blog as too voluminous to look into. Allow me to give you an understanding about this system. It's a thing of choice, but I don't think the offer I am giving up is too much. If you are within the country, Nigeria, it's 1,000 naira. If you are outside the country, it's as simple as $3. If you are outside the country, you can make payments in Bitcoin. I think I'm fine. All you need to do is contact me on a personal note. My phone number is there. Address me, and then we can learn. Those who wants to grow the TBC community, those who will be outstanding in the TBC community are those that are willing to sit down and understand. Tell me, what are the things you think you know about the community? If you do not know much, this is your opportunity. Okay? I think I'm going to stop here. I think I'm going to stop here. And I think I will stop here. But All right. So for those of us that have listened to me, I would, as much as possible, try to make this broadcast again and again. I didn't think what happened when I scheduled my broadcast was going to happen. But it's okay, at least I was able to pass a message. So those who listen to this broadcast, if you want to be part of it, I think your choice. The choice is there. Build within the TBC community, learn what you would have to learn, and learn how to do cash flow, because I can also teach you on how to go about cash flowing, and not cash flowing, but recruiting as a full timer, because that's the cash flow. When you're able to bring in people to the TBC community and they become full timers or they become members, you can also teach them on how to buy TBC. People are looking down on this system, but I tell you that this is the next financial system that will be coming up. All right, I think I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much for audience. Do have a wonderful day. Cheers and God bless.